Hello, and welcome to Piano Player Pro, your favourite classical tunes arranged for piano. Today, we're going to be playing the main theme from Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky. The ballet was first performed in Moscow in 1877, when it was widely thought to be an utter failure. The critics hated it. The dancing, the set, the costume, and most of all Tchaikovsky's music, which was roundly dismissed and described by one as being too noisy. Fortunately for us, it was revived, but sadly only after Tchaikovsky's death. If you haven't already, then follow the link below and head over to the website pianoplayerpro.com, where you can find the sheet music, which is free to download. And while you're there, make sure you check out what other pieces you can learn. I'm regularly adding new pieces and content, so if you find this video helpful, then please hit the subscribe button below. In total, there are 4 piano arrangements of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake for you to choose from, starting with level 1 and then getting progressively more difficult all the way up to level 4. This video is for the level 4 version, but feel free to take a look at the others. We're going to get started by playing the tune all the way through from the beginning to the end. Before we do that, I just want to explain how the C section works. You'll notice that you play that section twice. There's a repeat, and there's a first time bar and a second time bar. So that means you play bar 9, 10 and 11, and then choose the first time option, bar 12. You then go back and play it all again, bars 9, bars 10, bars 11. But the second time round, you jump to the second time bar. So you miss out bar 12 and you jump straight down to the next line where you've got bar 13. So follow that through as I play it. Here we go. Okay, so that's how all that goes. I'm going to break it down now section by section and right hand and left hand, and then put the two parts together. There's some quite awkward parts in both the right hand and the left hand, so we'll try and go through it as carefully as we can. So it starts in the right hand with the tune. I'm going to start with the 5th finger. This all works nicely. Here the fingering, watch what I've written. I've suggested you move down to the 4, switch the A with the second finger, and then bring your thumb back up. So that A, you play it with the thumb, with the 2, and then back to the thumb. So just to get that little loop in. Bar 3, you might want to practice that a little bit. Then the last 3 notes at the end of that line, the D, the C and the B, they're really linked to the next line. So once you've learnt the first line, the second line's basically the same, except for those 3 linking notes, which really are, even though they're written at the end of line 1, are the part of the second phrase. So you're using the same fingers there. You've got the A at the end of that bar, but again that connects to the next phrase, the C phrase, so we'll ignore that for the moment. So that's the right hand part, not too tricky apart from this little bit here. But the left hand part has got this kind of pattern. So the notes, as you check the notes out, so you've got some quite high notes there with ledger lines, up to E, then D, F, back to E, and then with the E flat. So you've basically got 3 chords, they're kind of broken chords. So the first one is that, then that, and then back to that, lots of that, the version with the E flat, but then back to the main 3 chords again. Okay, so we're going to piece that together, and it should sound like this. So we're going to go really slowly. And that gets us to the B section. So that just needs practicing slowly really, and then playing as smoothly as you possibly can. What I've done when I played it all the way through is I used a bit of pedal, and then just mostly you're using the pedal so it changes with the minim. So you've got it for a minim, then up for the second one, up down, up down, up down, up down, up down, up down. Okay, so that's how the pedaling works. If you've got a pedal, then use that and it'll help you to make it more smooth. The trick is, and this is a bit counterintuitive, you play, or you put the pedal down, not on the beat. You don't go down, up, down, up, down. You actually go up on the beat, on the strong beat. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down. So that needs a bit of practice to get that coordination, because that will make it sound much cleaner. The danger is otherwise you end up trapping some notes that you don't want in the pedal, and you get this kind of mushy sound. So it ends up sounding kind of like that with a horrible mush. So that's a very kind of quick guide to pedaling, but if you want to have a go at that, please do. When you get, let's just hear that then with both sections together. Just going through to the first note of the next line. I often do that when I'm practicing a section. It's useful, particularly in this kind of piece where it often runs on, to actually just go do the whole section plus one note. So the B section, we've already done the tune's exactly the same, but the accompaniment changes. So there's this really nice kind of counter melody in the kind of bass that Tchaikovsky writes, and it kind of goes from being a 4-note pattern to basically a 2-note pattern. You're rocking backwards and forwards with this C. So your thumb's on the C, and then the other notes are kind of moving down in this kind of scale. So that's just a nice pattern to follow. F sharp, F natural, F sharp, G sharp, A, all the way up to B. And then you go back to what you did before. So you get your 4 there on the A, and finish as you did. Okay, so together, this is the B section. I'm going to go straight on the B section just for the moment. So it goes something like this. You've just gone, and then that's how they fit together. If you're pedaling here, you need to change it because of the quick movement of notes in the left hand. You need to change your pedal more often once a beat. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Otherwise you get this kind of effect which you don't want. Okay, so let me play the whole of the A section, the B section. Look for how I link the two. That's one of the most challenging parts, actually linking the A line to the B line. But here we go. Okay, so that's the A and the B section. Take a little bit of coordination, a little bit of practice to get those together, but once you've done that, hopefully that sounds nice. We're now going to have a look at the C section. So remember, you've got this section, you play it twice. First time using the first time bar, and then the second time round you use the second time bar, the second option that you've got there on bars 13 and 14. And remember that this phrase actually starts one note early, so it doesn't start with the B, it starts with the A before it. So the right hand part is just going up a scale. Thumb under for the E. You've got this nice pattern. Okay, so you expect it, because of the pattern, to go like this. Da, 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 pattern, da 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 da, but it doesn't. Okay, the last one just slightly catches you out. B, A, and you go all the way down to E. Okay, so just watch that up to that E. I know it's only a quaver and you've got 3 more notes, but we'll talk about those in a minute. So this is from the last note on the second line, going into section C. Okay, and then you don't stop on that E. I know I have stopped on that E, but that's not your final resting place. You go B, A, E, and you're straight on. Your middle finger goes over onto the C. Try and do a bit better than that. There we go. Okay, so you're trying to do that as smoothly as possible. You don't want to hear a big thump as you go over. Nice and smooth. And then you start again, back to the beginning of the C section. Now the second time I've changed the fingering, even though the notes are the same. Instead of going 3, 2, I'm going to go A with the 4 and then move to the 2 and the thumb. So that when you get to the second option, which is the B flat, you've got enough fingers to do this. Okay, and in fact that's not going to work because I now need to play the E. So you've got 2 choices here. You can either do this on the long note, change like that. So what I did was I holding the B down, I played it with the little finger, moved the thumb onto it and then went up, or I could do this. Put the thumb under and then go up with the 4, which is what I've written in the score. Sorry, my top E there is just slightly going off the end of the piano. So let's look at the whole B section, just the right hand, starting at the end of line 2. Linking back round, and 4 to thumb, second time option, thumb under, up to E. So that's how the tune goes in the right hand. The left hand, you've got this rhythm, which is a slightly odd rhythm. It goes da 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 da. Okay, so it's not often you always get, or very often get, but it's quite useful in this context. So it gives a bit of rhythmic interest but gets out of the way of the tune. So you start with just G with the thumb. You've just finished here, so your thumb's going to have to travel down a fair bit to get to the G. That pattern repeats, down. Then the first time option. Okay, so the first time bar is a bit awkward. A big stretch there, and then an awkward stretch up to 4 and 2. And then the A by itself. So all of these have got 2 notes in them. Back to a single A. Okay? And then that A is then going to shift down to the G. So that was the first time around. The second time around, same again. And then the second time option is this. Pattern, quaver, quaver, hold for 2, quaver, quaver, hold for 2. So that's how the left hand part works. Obviously putting the 2 together is the challenge. So we're going to start with the A, which is the note preceding this section, and then go from the third line. So like this. Thumb under. Concentrate on the left hand there and then forgot to get my thumb under, so let's just do the second time of bar again. Okay, so that's the fingering I've been using. You can kind of experiment a little bit. I kind of think, you know, people got different kind of shaped hands and things like that, so see what works for you, but try, once you've decided what is most comfortable for you, try and always do the same thing, because then you'll learn it more quickly. So let's just do that line up to speed with a little bit of pedal to make it a bit smoother. Good, so then we're back fortissimo now to D and E. And the good news is the notes and the rhythms for D and E are exactly the same as they were for A and B, so you've kind of learnt it. You just need to change the style. Actually, I tell a lie, the tune is the same for both, and the E section is exactly the same as the B section, but to make it more dramatic, I've changed the left-hand part a bit. So, the tune you know. The left hand though is fortissimo and it's playing these chords. So it's the same notes you played before, but instead of playing them separately in a kind of arpeggio-like figure, you're playing them together. It's exactly the same notes, but just as chords rather than as a pattern. So you may find that easier, you may find it more tricky, but practice it and you want it to sound strong. So something like this. To the E section, it's the same as it was before. And then off together. And obviously you want that sound as smooth as possible. You don't want it to sound clunky. It's not that type of piece. You want it to sound smooth. That's where the pedal helps. If you haven't got the pedal, by just kind of careful playing, you can still get a nice smooth feel. So a pedal isn't an essential, but you've just got to work a little bit harder there to get it sounding really smooth. Let's play it all the way through once more from beginning to end. So, finding the right position, off we go. So that was the level 4 version of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you have, then please hit the subscribe button below, as there's new pieces for you to learn coming out all the time. And remember, the music for all of them is free to download from the website pianoplayerpro.com. If you've got any questions or requests for future pieces, then please do get in touch via the comments section. Have a great day then, and happy practicing.